Hi, in this video we're going to look at 5 key body weight but equally free weight exercises that you can use to develop strength in your swimming and your triathlons. The first exercise we're going to have a look at is a Medball Clean. Now, Medball Cleans are quite technical movements, but follow what I'm doing and you'll be absolutely fine. Start off with a fairly low weight and then progress through. It involves a double squat, so it's quite a mean, nasty exercise, but it's a great one. Then we're going to go on to a combination exercise on the floor. I like to call hot hands and mountain climbers. It's a combination between two exercises, but because you're down on the floor, we're going to absolutely nail the core. Then we're going to go on to a ground to overhead exercise. Now we're going to be using a weight plate for this exercise, but equally you could use a kettlebell or a dumbbell for this. It's going to be developing hip strength all the way through to your shoulders and arms and everything else in between. And then we're going to be going on to a bent over row. A bent over row could be used with a barbell, a kettlebell, a dumbbell. We're going to be using just a weight bumper plate to be able to do this and just show you the correct technique for this. Then we're going to come on to a burpee. Now these burpees involve a full push up to the ground and then a jump up into the air. If you haven't got push-ups, then you need to start practicing to make sure that you can get your body all the way down to the floor and all the way back up so that you've got straight arms at the top of it as well. So the first exercise that we're going to have a look at is the Medball Clean. So the Medball Clean. This is the size of Medball that is best to be able to use. You can get the smaller, rounder one, but these soft ones are ideal because it gives you something to hold on to fully. Again, I'm only using a 6k here. You go use a 9k, use a 3k, whatever is good for you and your exercise that you're doing. So you start off with the Medball between your feet, your bottom is sitting out all the way, and your hands are clasped around the side of the Medball. You're going to come up, shrug, and as you shrug, you drop. So then you end up with the Medball at your face height. So slowly again coming up, shrug, and as I drop down, I'm turning my hands around, coming down and up. So in full time, it looks like that. So it's a double squat movement. I've got a shrug, hip raise, and all the way through. And you want to be going at this sort of pace. It's a whole body movement. Absolutely kills the legs. So for a beginner, about 20 to 30 seconds, intermediate, around about 45 seconds for all these exercises, and a minute for more advanced. At the end of that, your legs will be feeling quite shot and your heart rate will be elevated. So it's a good part of a CV exercise as well. From there, have a rest, 30 seconds, 45 seconds for a minute, depending on where your fitness levels are. Then we're coming down for hot hands and mountain climber combo. So, first bit, hot hands. You want your body in a plank position. Your hands want to be coming in a little bit just to give you a bit of stability. Now, hot hands is going to work all the way down through your core and shoulder stability as well. So you're going to be coming here, feet out a little bit for beginner, in further for more advanced, coming through, and you're trying to stop your core from rotating. It's a slow movement. Coming through, pushing down. So you're going to want to do around about 10 to 15 of these. Take the hands out, bring the foot in for the mountain climb. Don't let that foot hit the floor. Back out, in. So you've got to pause 2 to 3 seconds. Pause, drive. Don't let that foot touch. Put some more effort into the core to keep that foot off the ground, giving you better results. When you're putting your foot down, you're jumping to and from, the time under tension, the time under load is not as great as when that foot's off the floor. So that's Medball Cleans through to hot hands and mountain climber combo. Next one we're going to have a look at is the ground to overhead. So turning side onto you, got the weight plate here. My hands come down on the side, my bottom is pushed out and my back is nice and straight, head is up. I start to lift up, I turn the plate, push it directly above my head. Down, up, the plate hits the ground each time. I'm using my hips to push it above. So it's a little bit like a kettlebell swing. I'm moving that weight around, so I keep bringing it down as close to my body as I can. Turn it and down, turn it up, push and back down again. So it's a big move, getting down low, then driving and lifting that weight up above your head. Start off with a weight which is good for you, so it could be a 5k, 4k, whatever that is, and progress on through. So next one I'm going to look at is a bent over row. I'm going to use the same bumper plate, making sure that my form and technique are right. You could use a barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell, bumper plates, doesn't matter, any kind of weight. It could be a large stone from the garden. So taking the weight, if I turn side onto you, it's a little bit like a deadlift stance, but I'm going to come down here. I've got my back is nice and straight, I've come up a little bit higher. The weight is underneath my chest, looking slightly forwards, coming up, squeezing my shoulder blades together. So it's here, so I'm activating the back, making sure the back is moving and working fully. So pushing that weight away, squeezing it up, squeezing those shoulder blades, holding my back in position, making sure everything's working. The fitter you get, the heavier you'll be able to take that weight. Final exercise that I promised you was the burpee. Now, burpee has to be done all the way down to the floor. You don't have to do a burpee with a push-up, but it's better if you can, because you want to be able to activate those chest muscles. So the burpee is hands down, jump the feet out, lower yourself to the floor, come up, push the feet in, like a squat thrust, and stand up, and then you're going to give a little jump at the top. One of the more efficient ways to be able to do this is have your feet slightly wider. So as I bring my hands down, my feet are on the outside of my hands. I jump back, push up, jump in, and raise. And so on until you've done the amount of reps and time that you need to do. 5 really good body weight and free weight exercises that you can use as a swimmer and a triathlete to improve your performance.